Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon White 2. So in the last part, we essentially spent the majority of our time in Route 7. Well, and I've almost done explored around everywhere I could possibly go in like Route 7. Now we still have a few more trainers for us to face off against. Now before we hand this off to Celestial Tower. Now, as for these Harlequins who are just walking around the sidewalks. Yeah, both of them are now gonna have Bound Toys, which actually does make the most sense for them to have here. Yeah, considering that we are currently battling them while of course we are trying to keep our balance and whatnot. These Harlequins having Bound Toys, it definitely makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah. Okay, now do you want to learn Encore? Yeah, that is definitely gonna be a hard pass. But, of course, since our starter is, once again, reached level 36, of course means one thing. Yep, now we are finally going to get our final evolution for Dewott. Or should I say the final, like, evolution of Oshawott. Yeah. Samurott! Yep. And now for his brand new animation of what you saw there. Yeah, Samurott will do a little bit of a hop first, and then he will bend over to the bend over towards the front. Essentially pointed over. Essentially pointed his essentially pointed this horn at you. So yeah. But anyways, now as you just saw, now we got ourselves a TM for Exeter. And I'm gonna be teaching it to one of my Pokemon. Now, even though that our Samurott can learn Exeter, but however, the one that I'm actually gonna be giving it to is actually gonna be my Crobat. Yeah, because I feel like with the fact that Crobat's probably not gonna get a more stronger move than Bite. So, and I still get to utilize a move for Crobat that can probably handle up against Psychic type Pokemon. So yeah, honestly, I would say having Crobat with Exeter, I would say it definitely fits in more, you know. Yeah. But anyways, but innocent one now, and also now, just before we hand this off, to the Celestial Tower, I will show off why exactly that we can't exactly get us over to Opelousas City by foot. More so, if you just happen to be on the Mistartan City side of a Twist Mountain. Yeah. But anyways, there we go. Now our Growlithe's in. Now finally our Growlithe has also reached level 36. Okay, everyone. Now, since I am just gonna be facing off against a few more trainers in this route, I may as well once again continue on with our list. Okay, so next up on the list is Cinccino. Now, Cinccino in the Unified anime, only received four appearances. And then after that, Cincino stopped making appearances altogether. But then, Cincino not only got to show up within the Secrets of the Jungle movie, but also thanks to Horizons, I'm Mephio's father. Now, we actually do get to see Cincino within. We actually do get to see Cincino within that series. So yeah, it takes them until freaking So yeah, it essentially takes them until Horizons for them to finally bring back Cincino again. Yeah, just like so essentially just like with the other Pokemon that I've also mentioned so far. Yeah, it takes them up until Horizons for them to finally be able to bring them back. But anyways, here we are once again at the entrance of Twist Mountain, and look who just happens to be here. Now, for those of you who have played the prequels, definitely recognize him. Yeah, now he's indeed the very same Marshall of the Elite Four. But however, Marshall here is not just here because you actually get to meet him early. But he's more so here to be your blockage for you to be able to go into Twist Mountain, because apparently the inside of Twist Mountain has collapsed. So yeah, we're not gonna be able to get ourselves into Twist Mountain for like a long while. And I may as well say this right now as well. Now, if you want to, now you are not gonna be able to gain access to a Twist Mountain, Iceris City, Dragon Spiral Tower, and also Route 8 until post game. So yeah, just like with the Sky Arrow Bridge. Yeah, we are not gonna be able to go to the chunk of areas that is over near Iceris City until post game. So yeah, I definitely remember those areas. For when your games have started. For when you get post game started. Yeah. But anyways, everyone. Now we finally get yet another appearance of Sunflora. Yeah, of course, just look at her go with her little dance right there. But anyways, anyways, everyone, now next up on the list is Seviper. Now, for those of you who have seen the Hoenn and Sinnoh anime, definitely know that Seviper definitely got a lot of appearances in that series, in those series. Yeah, obviously because of a certain member of Team Rocket utilized one. Yeah. But then after that is when Seviper stopped making many major appearances. But however, Seviper still showed up for one episode. Seviper still showed up for one episode of the Unova anime. then it got at least 4 appearances in Kalos, and then it got at least 2 episodes, and then it was in 2 episodes in Journeys, one of which was of course the return of Jessie, Survivor. Yeah. And then Survivor got to show up one time, has shown up and then Survivor has shown up only one time so far, within Horizons. So essentially, the only time where you will not see Survivor like after Survivor will actually it is actually the Lola series. So yeah, even though Survivor stopped making a lot of appearances ever since the Amsino anime. But however, that did not stop Survivor from still making even more like appearances. At least I got to stop, and they didn't exactly get to stop Survivor from actually getting at least one appearance in the other series aside from the Alola series. But as everyone, as you can see, once again, we are indeed back in Celestial Tower. And of course, here's where we meet up with Professor Juniper. Since we don't have the Restorative Gym badge yet, yes, she is still gonna stick around here. She is still gonna stick around here until we're done with the gym battle. But if you just happen to go here, yeah, then she will give you a lucky egg, which of course it will increase the amount of experience that you get. Yeah. And now, since we are indeed back in a Celestial Tower, yeah, I may as well cover now what is actually, well, not exactly different. Well, some of it has changed, but the majority of it has stayed the same. Now structurally, Celestial Tower is still the same as it was before, and the same also goes for the music too. Which I still like. By the way. And then as for the Pokemon, Pokemon that you can find here. Now just like last time, you are able to find Litwick. You'll be able to find Litwick, starting with the 2nd floor. Then as you go up further and further, up at the tower, then she'll be able to encounter LGMs. And also the brand new addition to Celestial Tower is she is Golbat. Yeah, now just like with LGM, now you will not see Golbat on the 2nd floor, but you will until the start of the 3rd floor. So if you just happen to, if you didn't exactly pick up a Zubat before, then you are still be able to get yourself a Golbat, in a few other locations. yeah, and of course, like, and of course, a Celestial Tower is one of them. So yeah. Okay, now, yeah, but essentially, overall, Celestial Tower really hasn't changed all that much, ever since within the two years. Excuse me. Now, and just like last time as well, now, as you go to the very top of the tower, there you will find the celestial bell, which of course you can have it ring, which of course you can actually ring the bell too. Yeah. But anyways, with that said, I think with that, that is all I really have to say in terms of like, I believe that is all I really have to say in terms of like a Celestial Tower. Yeah. But anyways, everyone, next on the list is actually, you know what? I may as well cover Tornadus, Thunderous, and Landorus at the same time. Okay, now starting off with Tornadus, Tornadus and Thunderous. Tornadus showed up. Tornadus first showed up during the credits of the restaurant version of the Victini movie. And a Thunderous got to show up during the credits of the Zekrom version of the Victini movie. And then when it comes to the anime episodes, Tornadus, Thunderous, and Landorus have only shown up 3 times. Now, the first two were in this arc. Now, the first two were during the arc when Team Rocket was trying to capture. When Team Rocket was trying to capture when Team Rocket was trying to capture those three, and then their final the final time that you will ever see those three within the anime was in the very last episode of the very last episode of the Meloretta arc, where Giovanni utilized the reveal glass to not only summon all 3 of them, but to also change their forms too. So yeah, which of course means that one episode is the only time that you will ever see the Aetherian version, the Aetherian forms of those 3. And of course, those 3 legendaries have not shown up in the anime ever since. Honestly, I really do wish that those 3 were. I really do wish that those 3 were brought back eventually. Like, come on now. It has been so long ever since we last saw those 3. And yeah, to and yeah, to and yeah, to and also yeah, to, and also we still have yet to see the fourth the fourth the fourth the fourth the fourth force of the fourth force of the fourth forces of nature legendary once. Yeah. Yeah, we still have yet to see the fourth one in the anime once either. So yeah, I wonder when we're ever gonna be able to get to that. Yeah, honestly, I wonder when. Yeah. But anyways, everyone, the next up on the list is Zangoose. Now Zangoose definitely got a feat. Zangoose was in a few episodes of the whole anime, and as well as the Sinnoh anime. And then Zangoose got to make at least some free appearances within the Juniper anime. But then after that, Zangoose doesn't show up once within the Eternity of Kalos or the Alola anime. But then, Journeys. But however, thanks to Journeys, they actually. But however, thanks to Journeys, Zangoose was brought back twice, and then within like Horizons so far, Zangoose has only shown up once. Yeah, honestly, I really do. Yeah, honestly as well. Yeah, even though Zangoose and Survivor are more to like enemies. But Zangoose definitely gets the short end of the stick when it comes to like appearances in the anime. Yeah, Zangoose definitely gets definitely I guess the short end of the short end of the stick there. Yeah, I really do wish that Zangoose would show up more. Yeah, but as I with that said, that should be all I am gonna do this one, and so we shall once again continue on for the next one. And so till then, I'll see you guys next time.